What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you guys our next matchup in the Everyone Is Here tournament. So if you haven't seen this before, very simple, very quickly, I took 100 characters, with your guys' help of suggestions, took 100 characters, put them into a tournament format style thingamabobber, and then each day on the channel I upload one of the matches from the tournament. How the matches work, I'll talk about both the characters that are in the match for the day, maybe try to go over a couple of facts about the character, try to detail a tiny bit of a moveset, how the character could work. Just, go over both the characters. Try to make a case for them, so to speak. And then we'll vote down in the comments. But since voting is a part of how the rules and how everything works, I'll throw the rules up on screen for you guys right about now. And you can see the first rule. And yep, that is a rule because simply we have characters that are like assist trophies, spirits, me costumes, characters that are quote-unquote disconfirmed, that they won't ever happen. So basically, think of it like this. There's no restrictions on how to vote. You vote for one of the two characters in the matchup for the day. And then down in the comments, you type one of those two characters' names. That's how you vote. Simple. If you happen to like both the characters, you can type both for both the characters. Or if you're just having a tough time deciding who to vote for, just vote both. Why not? So, yeah, but you do only get one vote per person. So, yeah, keep that in mind. But the rest of the rules: double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose twice before being officially eliminated. Once we get to the results for to determine who won and lost the matchup, if there happens to be a tie, I'm just going to flip a coin on camera. It's the fairest way to break a tie. So, hopefully we don't have to do that. But you never know. But, yeah. And then the last rule is for each matchup, voting-wise, it only lasts for 1 week. So each individual match, the voting for each of those matches only lasts for 1 week. So today is, Friday? Meaning we'll get, the results of today's matchup next Friday. Simple stuff. Rules up on screen. You read them. I went through them. So let's get to the results for the day and the brand new matchup. So let's go over the results, right? Last week, we had a good matchup last week. We had a really good one. And it was a very close matchup as well. I believe it was just 2 votes separated the winner from the loser in this one. And it was the results of Dixie Kong, and she was taking on Sephiroth. So, who ended up winning this one? Did the Nintendo All-Star or did the iconic villain get this one? The winner, Sephiroth, won 49 votes to 47. So, Dixie Kong just narrowly lost that one, so hey, it happens. It happens, but hey, congrats to Sephiroth moving to the next round. And just as a possible sneak peek for that next matchup for Sephiroth, he could face Gino. If Gino wins, we'll get that tomorrow, we'll figure that out, but next round we could have Gino against Sephiroth. That'd be insane, right? But, yeah, quick story. A lot of people agree with what I say. A lot of people just feel the same way, I should say. Dixie Kong is a Nintendo All-Star. She deserved to be on the roster at this point by now. Sephiroth is a huge name, a big-time villain, and, he'd just make a great addition to the roster as well. And, look, hey, voting speaks for itself. 2 votes separated these guys. So, Sephiroth wins. Dixie Kong still in the tournament. She just drops down to the loser bracket. Have a little bit tougher time now, so one more loss for her, and she's done. But anyway, there's the results. Let's go to the matchup. Now, I like this matchup today a lot. I like it a lot. There's one character in here, and it's Akira Howard from Astro Chain. And, well, Akira's taking on Sceptile from Pokemon. And I really like Akira for a few reasons, and I'll try to explain that. So, let's start things off. I think Akira's up first, right? Yeah. So, Akira Howard, and I'm pretty sure it is Akira Howard, because you could choose to play as either male or female, and then, the other one they're twins, by the way. So whoever you happen to pick, the other character's name ends up becoming Akira Howard. So we're kind of thinking, at least, in the community, it just kind of makes sense that they're the same name. Where's the next slide? One might be Officer Howard, but the next one, then the male is Akira Howard. But if you flip-flop it, if you pick the male, I believe you're Officer Howard, and then the female becomes Akira Howard. So, the two characters, they're pretty much the same character, but, you got a male and female form. So that's kind of cool, which is, I think, kind of a neat thing that the character could bring with them. A male and a female variant for alternate skins and stuff like that. Be very fun, very cool. But the thing that I love about this Astral Chain, one of Nintendo's newest babies, came out just this past summer. I don't have any actual numbers, but I'm pretty sure the Astral Chain sold pretty decently. Did sell pretty decently. Nintendo marketed it very well. So I should look. I want to look up numbers eventually. I'm gonna have to do that. But great game. I hear nothing but fun stuff from people that have played the game. So it is something that I want to pick up on my list. So maybe this weekend, Black Friday, maybe there's a sale or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll pick it up. I probably should. But let's talk character. And this is the interesting part that I really like about the character. And the point that kind of goes in favor is moveset-wise for this character would be kind of revolved around a lot of what we would call legions. And think of similar play styles to something like maybe Ice Climbers or Olimar in a way, where you have this second kind of you control the main character, but you have this other character, this other entity, this other person, this other whatever you want to call it, is there in the background helping you fight, doing other moves and stuff like that. So the big point, every character so far for Smash DLC in the Fighter Pass has had a gimmick. And I think that would be perfect for Akira Howard. Having this legion, having legions as, well, it's gimmick pretty much. You could rotate through them. I could maybe imagine something like a down special where you'd be able to kind of cycle through different legions. So legions are like these, like a bit more powerful forms, and they obviously will assist you and deal a bit more damage. So you'll be controlling Akira. You can summon these different legions, and for example, a few different ones. We do have a sword legion, so you got something that hacks and slashes. We have an arrow legion, shooting a bunch of arrows, so you got some range to it. You got, I think they're called beast legions, so something that would do a lot of like lunging and swipe attacks would be kind of cool. What else is there? I think there's an axe legion as well, so you got another weapon-based one, but to differentiate like weapon or the sword and the axe from each other, maybe the axe legion could be a bit more, I don't know, like slower, but the axes could do maybe a bit more damage, I guess you could say. So you got all these different legions you could go through. Only have one out at a time, but you could swap through them. So that'd be kind of a fun gimmick. And then Akira, him or her themselves, moveset wise, does have batons, like kind of police batons. Think of it like that in a way. That you could do that for multiple things. You got melee attacks you could do with that. I think the batons actually can turn into like an energy gun, and you could use that for maybe a neutral special, fire off some energy bullets and something like that. Then I think the batons can turn into like a kind of a bigger sword, a bigger weapon, if I'm not mistaken. So you could use get creative with that for up tilts, up smashes, something like that. And then you got this legion that's behind you, helping you rack up a bunch of damage. So something like that. I think the character would be really extremely fun for me in my eyes, the way I envision it. And I've seen gameplay. Like I stated earlier, I haven't played the game, but it's something that I'm like, oh, I would love to get my hands on that kind of character. That would be fun. That'd be very fun. And like, I don't know, if you talk about Smash DLC, maybe Nintendo was saving a spot for a future Nintendo game. I mean, Psylux kind of came to mind, but Metroid Prime 4 got pushed back in development. So, I mean, Nintendo knew Astral Chain was going to come out. Maybe they wanted to kind of put the character from that game in there. So, Akira in this case, maybe they wanted to put Akira in the game and just help push the franchise to more people. I don't know. Like, it could happen. Nintendo gets all the profits from it as well, being first party. So, that's pretty cool. But another first party, we'll talk about Akira's opponent, Sceptile from Pokemon. So, Sceptile, a long-running, just a character that's had a pretty decent amount of fan demand. Well, I'll be completely honest. Sceptile would make a very fun character. Sceptile was in Pokken Tournament, Pokken Fighters, whatever. I always forget the official name. But the Pokken game is a playable fighter. Fully evolved grass starter, which is something that the Pokemon fan base from the Smash community has been wanting forever. Speculation was it was finally going to be Decidueye for Smash Ultimate. Didn't happen. Maybe Grookey's final evolution. Bongar, no, it's not Bongar. Rillaboom, maybe that could be DLC eventually, but like we already have our fully evolved fire and water starters. Let's round out that trio. Let's get that done. That's a big point to a lot of fans as well. So, you know, it's kind of completing a triangle in a way, even though I don't think that's really the focus for Sakurai and his team when coming up with a new Pokemon. I don't think they're like, all right, we need to finish this. It's not, yeah, I don't think it's too in favor, but it's still something like, hey, the fans want to see it. Maybe Nintendo will finally listen, and maybe we'll finally get it. So, Sceptile, again, it comes from Pokemon. So easy to come up with an easy moveset. Like I said, Sceptile was in Pokken as well, so you got some ideas there. But, you know, Bullet Seed, Leaf Blade, you got Leaf Storms, Mega Evolution, or its final smash would be its Mega Evolution and a Mega Sceptile. Easy stuff there. You got, you know, Vine Whips. You got all sorts of very fun, easy stuff to implement into a moveset. So, moveset is not difficult at all to come up with. I mean, anybody from Pokemon. Like, moveset, that box already checked. You don't have to come up with some insane, like, extra steps to really fill out a moveset. Like, it's all there. It's there. It's ready to go. Sceptile's been a fan favorite for quite a while. Did pretty decently on the Smash ballot back for Wii U 3DS. Got some pretty decent votes in there. The Sceptile fanbase continues to show up time and time again. But I think it's kind of dwindling a bit over the past couple entries. And, like, it makes sense, though. Like, newer generations of Pokemon keep coming out. Excuse me. But they keep coming out, so it's kind of like, all right, maybe Sceptile's getting pushed further and further back. Although, another point for the Pokemon side of the community of Smash Bros., like, Gen 3 and Gen 5, I think, are the ones that are not represented yet with any playable characters. Well, now Gen 8 as well, but we'll see how that plays out. But, you know, Sceptile would cover Gen 3 perfectly. Again, Grass Starter. You got that whole argument you can finally do. Just a character that, you know, looks like he can obviously hold his own. So, I like Pokemon, again, big for Nintendo. Having another Pokemon in Smash Bros., especially by the means of DLC, that's not out of the realm of possibility whatsoever. So, if Pokemon, I think a lot of us will agree with this, if Pokemon does get a new rep in Smash Bros., more than likely it's going to be one of the newer Generation 8 Pokemon, whether it is a starter, whether it's just another fan favorite, like for Obstagoon or Surfetch'd or Wooloo or something like that, maybe one of the legendaries by chance, something like that, I think make way more sense at this point in the Pokemon life cycle. So, yeah, I don't know. Sceptile would still be an extremely fun character. I'm not taking anything away from Sceptile, but hey, the more I keep thinking about Akira Howard and the potential moveset that could come with that, 2 thumbs up for me. So Akira's getting my vote in this one. Again, maybe Akira's a bit too new. Maybe Akira might be a bit too new for some people. That's totally fine, you know. Want them to establish themselves. And I think Akira Astral Chain is off to a really good start. I do believe that. Maybe get a lot more consideration for the next Smash game, but maybe Smash Ultimate DLC, maybe it's a bit too early, but for this matchup, at least Akira's got my vote. Easy, hands down. So let me know who you guys are voting for down in the comments. Either Sceptile or Akira Howard, or both. Anyway, that is going to be it. So sneak peek for tomorrow. Looks like we'll have the matchup of Impa from Legend of Zelda. That'll be cool. And Impa will be taking on Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. We'll talk about that as well tomorrow. So, you know, the whole mature characters and whatever. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But, yeah, and then the results for tomorrow, like I mentioned a bit earlier in the video, we will see whether Chorus Kids or Geno ended up winning that one. So that's tomorrow. Today's today, and today's wrapping up. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you guys are doing any Black Friday shopping, stay safe out there. Stay safe. Anyway, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.